Hey everybody, welcome back to Flip City with Mr. Chris. I'm Mr. Chris. If it's your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much and welcome to the party. If you're a returning viewer, thank you also so much. As you saw in the last video, we've had huge growth over the last 2 weeks in subscribers and views, and I cannot be more appreciative. So thank you very much. In this video, we're going to do what we always do. I'm going to show you 20 items that I picked up this week at thrift stores and give you sold comps to what these items can sell for, so you know what to look for when you're out there thrifting and sourcing. All right. And just a little bit about me, as always. I'm a part-time reseller. I sell only on eBay. I source 2 times a week, half off at Salvation Army on Wednesdays, and 1 day on the weekend at the Goodwill Bins. Sometimes I'll find some other thrift stores that are having discounted days or just stop in, but usually I spend about 3 to 5 hours a week sourcing, and then the rest just listing, all part-time. Definitely make sure you watch all the way through, because you don't want to skip a BOLO or 100% sell-through or some crazy unique item that you should be on the lookout for. Speaking of crazy unique items, here is a really random sweatshirt that I found. I'll try to pronounce the brand correctly. I think it's Home and Femme. See if you can see it right there. Okay, it's an oversized hoodie with this kind of puffer paint design on the front. Has some hip hop lyrics, some California landmarks on the front there, Hollywood sign, San Francisco Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge. On the back, you got the Big Apple, New York Mets, right? Got some other graphics on the sleeves there. Statue of Liberty, good stuff, right? So I checked this out. I got this at the bins, caught my eye. I looked for sold comps, and I should be able to get at least $40 for this. There's different colors and sizes, but the minimum I found was $40. And they sell pretty regularly, so if you ever see this, and maybe they have other styles too, Home and Femme. Take a look, check it out. Something a little different than normal, but always on the lookout, right? Remember the 4 keys again: brand, pattern, material, and size. All right, that's a good brand and a crazy pattern. All right, this is a vintage NFL jersey from the Houston Oilers. It's a Wilson Pro line. Number 14 has the 75th anniversary patch right there, right? It's a great size. Carlson, I'm not sure who Carlson is. This is a size 52, which I believe is going to be a large, right? So this team doesn't exist anymore, the Houston Oilers. This vintage jersey should get me about $55. You can see here it's embroidered. At least the name is embroidered. The numbers are not, and the patch is embroidered. So vintage football jerseys, sports jerseys usually do pretty well. $55, right? So for sold comps, I'll always put them up in the corner so you know exactly what you can get. No guessing. Do your research. Use Google Lens. Use eBay sold comps. Make sure before you pick something up, make sure you know exactly what you're expecting to get for it. So right now we're about like $95 on 2 items. All right. Here's another vintage Wilson jersey. The only thing about this one is it is a youth size, but it's Miami Dolphins, right? Dan Marino, really popular Hall of Fame quarterback. Even though it's a youth size, it's like a youth extra large. As you can see, it's pretty big, so maybe like a adult small, something like that. This should get me $30. All right. Also, if you watch my videos before, I'm trying to get $20 sales or above. The higher the sales, the better, because I want a really high average sales price on all my items so I can make the most money as possible. Also want to try to sell things quickly, right? 1 week, 2 weeks, less than 30 days. Try to get my money, get my profits, put them back in, and grow quicker and quicker and quicker. Kind of create that snowball effect. Okay. So sometimes I think I'm making a good decision, and I'm going with what worked for me in the past. I think in the last video where I did like this, I told you guys I always pick up everything merino wool. Usually sells for about $20. So this is a brand. It's a decent brand made well, not a great reselling brand. This is just a merino wool cardigan. Here's a couple things going bad for it, and I probably wish I didn't pick it up, but I wanted to share that information with you guys as well, right? Because we're not always making perfect decisions, and hopefully I'll just learn from this. Why I shouldn't have picked this up is because the sell-through rate is terrible. I don't even remember what it was, but probably like 20% or bad, right? I'm looking for close to 100% sell-through rate or a really high average sales price. So sell-through rate, not so good. Pattern, super basic, right? Double extra small, not great. So would I probably pick that up again? No. It does sell. There are sold comps for $25, and you'll see that. But I'm worried that I'll probably sit on this for a while. So bad idea there. Won't do that again. Hopefully, I'm learned from my mistakes. All right. But complete opposite example. Here we have a 100% or more sell-through rate brand, Viore. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this by now. It's an excellent brand, very similar to Lululemon. It's going to be like high-end basic material, high-end basic clothing styles, right? This is just a Strato Tech polo in a dark gray, size large. $25 or $30 for these. Sometimes a little bit more if you get a good pattern and size. But very easy sale. This is going to sell in a week when you list it. One more, Viore. I got these at separate places, but I know they're a good deal, so I always pick them up. This is an extra large. So if the tag is missing from there, you can always look down here on the side seam and it will tell you style codes, a little extra button, everything you need to know. Everything you need to know right there. This is going to also go for $25, $30. It's even better size, extra large. It's a nice blue kind of heathered color. So always, always, always pick up Viore. It's a no-brainer, like 120% sell-through rate and good average sales price. Okay, here's more of a unique item. Probably something I won't always be picking up, but it caught my eye because it looks like an outdoor brand. It's this like half zip fleece, kind of crazy Southwestern pattern. The brand of this one is going to be called Arctic Image. So here's the deal. I think these are for like souvenir shops, seems to be, because all the sold comps I have locations. You can see this one's the Grand Canyon, right? It's a small, but I saw these going for $25. So I figured why not pick it up, because I got this at the bins. Probably paid $1.50, right? Sell for $25. Make about $20 profit off of this. It's a unique item. I'm not sure if Arctic Image is something that you'll see very often. If you do, before you pick it up, just check the sold comps, check the sell-through rates. But also, sometimes I just like to get unique items like this with colorful patterns, put them in my eBay shop, get a little attention. $25 is still a great sale though. Remember, 20 and up. Okay, here's an example of something I learned from other resellers on YouTube. This brand, Rag & Bone. So this is the first time I've ever found this brand. It's a really high quality like Pima cotton polo shirt. You see this tiny little logo there. There's a size extra large, good color, navy blue, right? Oh, great color. And I think for these Rag & Bones, at least 25. So here's the thing, when I looked them up, the prices, the sold comps were all over the place. And I'll try to show you a couple examples of very similar shirts with way different prices. But I'm going to try to give this one a shot and see what I can do with this brand, Rag & Bone. If I can get at least $25 for something I pick up at the bins, then I'm definitely going to do it all day. And I want to learn new brands, just like I want to teach people new brands. So Rag & Bone. Right? I'll get back to you guys and let you know how that goes. Okay, here's a good brand. Maybe it was a little bit better previously, but still really popular. It's kind of like a golf / menswear brand called Grayson. They have this wolf, like this kind of rubber wolf logo. This is a medium long sleeve, super soft polo shirt. These are going to go for $35 to $40. Very stylish. If I didn't live in Florida where it was extremely hot, like living on the sun, I might have kept this because it's my size. It's a medium, but long sleeve polo in the summer in Florida, basically a death wish, right? But $35 or $40 for a basic item. And I said this in my last sold comps video, don't pass up basic items, right? Because a lot of these brands, they look very unassuming, but you're gonna sell these quickly and for a lot of money, right? So Viore, Rag and Bone, Grayson, all very basic. There's really nothing crazy going on. You might even pass them up at the thrift store. You might not even notice. Also, a lot of them don't have a very obvious logo, right? Like Viore, this Grayson one. Here is a logo that everybody is familiar with, I'm sure. Lululemon, this is a women's quick dry polo. Beige, this is size small. Not horrible for women. Excellent condition though. This is in really, really great shape. Again, you might miss this because this is probably one of the biggest Lululemon logos I've seen. Usually it's small or even hidden on the bottom or something like that. But this is going to be great seller. It's kind of like a golf shirt almost, so that should be great for the spring. I should get at least $25 for this, and it's going to sell quickly. Lululemon is still good, everybody. Don't listen to the haters out there. Don't listen to all the negative people. I just sold a Lululemon hoodie for $54. You can check the last video to see the proof. Don't pass up Lululemon. Don't get caught up in if it's as good as it used to be, right? I said that before, I'll say it again. It doesn't matter. How much can you get for it right now? And will it sell quickly? You're going to get good money. And yes, Lululemon's going to sell quickly for you. Okay, this is a medical brand I learned about a year ago called Figs. In a previous video, I got a big haul of like Fig scrubs. This is something a little bit different. This is called a Figs Seamless. It's like a fitted, almost like a base layer shirt, like kind of like a Nike Dry Fit or Under Armour material. This shirt's gonna get you $25. 100% sell-through rate. All right, so that's the third brand with 100% sell-through rate. These Viore polos, 100% sell-through rate. Grayson long sleeve polo, 100%. And this Figs no seam long sleeve shirt. It's a great color. I'm never sure if you could see on the video, but there's a little bit of a pattern. It's kind of hidden in there, kind of like a tight fitting, stretchy, moisture wicking material. So keep an eye out for Figs. I'll put the logo up also. It's a little bit hard to see on the tag. Figs is a great brand. Okay. I'm not sure if I was reaching or stretching or why I picked this up. I don't usually pick up Wrangler. I did a quick sold comps for this one. And as you can see, it's a Wrangler George Strait. Just a very basic button down. Thank you for whoever mentioned that in the last video comment. Told me that if it has a collar that buttons down, it's called a button down. If not, it's called a button up. Good, useful information. Should help me when I'm listing for my keywords to be as accurate as possible, right? So pretty basic Wrangler George Strait shirt, double extra large. Not sure I would pick these up again in the future. I don't think the sell-through rate is that great, but I wasn't getting a whole bunch of stuff at the bins. This is probably one of those times where I talked myself into something, so don't do that. It's not great. The good thing is it will still sell for $20, $25. Might have to sit on this one for a little bit longer, but that's the second item, right? So both of these items probably sell for $20 or $25. My concern is that I'll be sitting on them for a long time. So I need to learn my lesson. Don't talk yourself into something. Even if you've been doing it for a while, I've been doing this for like 5 years. Sometimes you just get a little overzealous and you want to pick up stuff and you talk yourself into it. So they will sell. They'll sell for more than $20, but only time will tell about how long it's going to take me to get that $20 back. And remember, I want to sell things quickly. I don't want to end up having to mark it down because it's been in my shop for 90 days. So I want to get things cheap, sell them for at least $20 or more, the higher the better for the sales price, and sell it quickly. I sold a pair of shoes in a day. Did I probably mark them? Did I probably sell them for like a little bit less than I should have? Definitely, but again, when you get stuff at the bins, you have flexibility and you have the ability to sell a little bit less than most sellers and get your money back quicker. So if you have a bins, go to it. If you have half off, if you have discounted days, go to them. Do anything you can to get the items for as cheap as possible. All right, here's just a couple basics. Polo Ralph Lauren. Again, I pick these up at the bins all the time. Only at the bins usually, unless it's an amazing pattern or material. This Blake style shirt, it's like a button down Oxford. Usually does pretty well for me. Probably $18 or $20. A little bread and butter. There's some couple items that I know will sell. Here's another Blake. This one is a flesh pony with an up and down stripe. This is a little bit different material where this one is very soft, this is more kind of, I don't really know how you would describe it. It's a little thicker, right? Both are size mediums. These are just bread and butters. You're not going to get rich selling these, but you're definitely, all of these add up. $18 to $20 sales for these Polo Ralph Laurens. The brand is very popular. They're always going to sell. It's a little bit saturated, I'll admit it, but I know that if I pick them up for $1 and get them for 20, sell them for 20, not a bad deal. All right, here is both a Bolo, a new brand that I just learned about, and I'm guessing many of you don't know about either. If you do, just let me know in the comments. And also 100% sell-through rate, right? So a new brand, 100% sell-through rate, and on top of all that, great average sales price of $25 or more. This is called Merino Tech. It's a merino wool base layer shirt. Again, I just got this at, actually this is one item that I picked up at a different thrift store because it had a half off day and I was driving by, so I just ran in there and checked it out. I think it was called Tampa Thrift. Here's a logo with some mountains. There's not really a lot to say about this except 100% sell-through rate, $25, very basic, lightweight. I picked it up for $3. So keep an eye out for Merino Tech. And I think it's actually like merino.tech. You'll see in the sold comps. I'll make sure I put that up there so you guys can check it out. Okay, so if you're going with the 4 keys, pattern on this one is what obviously caught my attention, and the brand was a brand I never heard of, and I'll probably say wrong. Canniballin. I don't really know what's going on with this. It says BTSM has this crazy logo. This looks kind of like a raver, like giant hockey jersey, like an EDM festival shirt. You can see it has the Colorado flag, so it probably was sold at an event in Colorado. These guys, if you see them, even if you think they're ugly, even if you think they're crazy, even if it's not something that you usually sell, don't pass this up. $100. $100. And some went for even higher. I don't know enough about the difference and why some are going for more or not. The long sleeve, like hockey style jersey ones of these, $100. So I had to pick this up. No brainer. Has this crazy embroidery of some kind of a cat or a panther or something, and so check it out. Right, it's a size medium, which size isn't that great, but there's not a lot of these. I think because it's a festival item and they're unique, you can't just go buy them. $100. So Canniballin, BTSM, hockey jersey, $100. Get it while it's hot. All right, here's a brand that I also learned from another reseller. I can't remember his name, but I'll pop it up there so you guys can go check him out and learn from him. I think he's in North Carolina, so he gets a lot more outdoor brands, and this is called Outdoor Research, right? I don't get a lot of these in Florida. I'm not even sure I've ever seen this brand before. This is a pair of like convertible hiking pants, right? So perfect for the summer, spring coming up. Everybody wants to be outdoors, get a little hot, right? I'm trying to sell these. Take off the bottom, you have a little shorts going on there. Anyway, Outdoor Research is a really great brand, really high sell-through rate. $25 for a pair of hiking pants. Check it out. That's a new bolo for me. I think probably a lot of you already know about it, but I don't get that many outdoor brands down here in Florida. So, okay, so here's an example of a brand itself that I just normally pass over, Eddie Bauer. I don't usually even take a second thought at Eddie Bauer, right? But this is the First Ascent. And let me show you that logo real quick. So any Eddie Bauer with this logo, it's like a giant A, like a mountain. First Ascent is gonna be a bolo. You're gonna wanna pick it up. Regular Eddie Bauer pants, probably not a great pickup. These are like lined, really fleece lined hiking pants. These are gonna sell for $25 to $30 easy, and 100% sell through, right? So hopefully you're starting to see a theme here. Looking for 100% sell-through rates, $20, $25 or more. That's how I'm going to get my money back. That's how I'm going to make my sales quickly and reinvest, right? So that's what we should be doing out there, guys. Buy low, sell for as high as possible. 100% sell-through rate, so you're guaranteed to get your money back. All right. Here is a fitness brand I'm sure everybody's aware of, No Bull. Another basic looking brand, just spell out the logo No Bull right there. These are just going to be some standard, apologies for the wrinkles, standard jogger pants in a kind of like light brown color, $25, $30. All right. And if you see a lot of these $25, $30 items that sell quickly and are easy to find, they're really going to add up. So imagine if you're doing this full time or even semi full time, a little bit more than I am. You can see how easy it's going to be for you to find really good items that are going to sell well and get some good money. This is a very easy side hustle. If you're willing to just educate yourself, watch videos, go out, use Google Lens, do your research on eBay, get those sold comps, and just remember all of those items, right? You want your 4 keys, brand, pattern, material, size. You want to buy things for a low price, so go to the bins, go to half off days, find specials where people are selling at yard sales. Average sales price and sell-through rate. If you can combine all of those items and be super consistent about it, you'll have no problem making easy money. Okay, and we're to the last item, another basic, another bolo, something I've never heard of before. Very soft. I believe it's called Quints. These are going to be a pair of kind of like lounge joggers for men, black. Actually, these caught my attention because I have a pair of Viore pants and Lululemon pants for me just like this, like basically exactly the same. So when I first saw them, I thought that's what it was. Then I saw that brand Quints, which I'd never seen before. But because I'm curious and I do my research, I looked it up. Another $25 item. This is called the Flow Knit Ultra Soft, and they're not lying. It is extremely soft. Okay. All right, guys. So there's 20 items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out there sourcing. A few of these items are 100% sell-through rate. Almost all of these items have a really good average sales price, and you should be able to get your money back quickly, reinvest it, and make good money as fast as possible. Make easy money quick. Who could beat that? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 500, which is unbelievable to me. I've only been posting these videos for about 3 months now. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video.